The executive governor of Nasarawa State asked Peter Obi to help Tinubu administrate the nation.
And in not too far away Nasarawa State, Governor Abdullahi Sule has asked the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general election, Mr. Peter Obi, to work with President Bola Tinubu in moving Nigeria forward. The governor made a call when he hosted Mr. Obi at the government house in Lafia and a courtesy visit. On his part, Mr. Obi, in agreement, commended the ongoing infrastructural development, maintaining that he will always lend his support for issues that concerns the well-being of the people.
I call on you, sir, because I know you have the experience and you have also the competencies and the capacity to support Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in order for us to be on the same page. So, sir, I'm calling on you to have the opportunity always to share. He is your friend, he is your colleague. We were only in Lagos together, and I'm sure you will be able to contribute your own quota, even without the rest of the world knowing what you are contributing. So that Nigeria needs all the support, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu needs all the support that he can get in order to get us on track. The country's challenges cannot be resolved by only one person anywhere. And I'm sure you have contributions to make, just like you are making in Nasarawa State by drilling the boreholes that you are doing and contributing for the period of the fasting.
Well, we did tell you that Mr. Peter Obi on his own maintained that as far as the issues concern the people, is going to contribute his own quota in the leadership of the country. To the leadership and the development of the country, I should say.
Mr. Peter Obi was in Nasarawa State to give his people, his followers, Nasarawa State is a state, one of the states that Peter Obi won during presidential election. So those people love him, honestly. So he was there to give them gifts for Ramadan amidst the hunger in the nation, and also dig borehole for them, for those people who don't have potable water. Peter Obi is not the president, he's not the governor of the state, but look at what he is doing. Not that the time of election will come, people will begin to say Peter Obi is doing one thing or the other because of election. It is because of humanity, not because of election. So what prompted me to making this video is because of what the governor said, that Peter Obi should use his competence to help Tinubu in this economic hardship that Nigeria is facing. I say, come on, if you know Peter Obi is competent, why don't you people support him, support his presidential bid to become the president? If you know that Tinubu doesn't have the capacity or the ability to be president, so why is he the president of the country? Why is he the president? So I just want to do this video to let people know that Nigerians, especially our political elite, our so-called political elite, they know the truth. They know what they're supposed to do. They know what is going on in the country. But because of fear, they have that fear in their heart. They have that fear in their mind. If I do this, I will lose my political office. If I do that, I will lose this. They know the truth. They know the competence and capacity of Peter Obi, that if he becomes the president, everything is going to change in this country. And he will give access to those people who agitate. If you want to have a referendum, if you have a good president, you would understand that something like a referendum is not a bad thing, and so on and so forth. So that is why I am saying this, that the APC government, they really know that Tinubu is not trying. The other day, the governor of Niger State, during the award ceremony in Abuja, he said that what Peter Obi said is true, that people might not like him, but what he said is true. Though the following day, he went to Tinubu to kneel down for him, like begging him for what he said. But how long can we hide this truth? How long can we hide all these things not to happen? No matter how we hide it, the solution is the solution. If you have headache, that paracetamol or that Panadol, you will take it. If you don't take it and you begin to take Indoseed, or maybe you begin to take Jealousy, you begin to take medicines that are not meant for the headache, definitely that headache is not going to go. So Nigeria have a headache. If we really know who has the Panadol to our headache, let us see and know what we can do to help out the matter. Because the reason why I am stressing about good governance in Nigeria and good political personalities in leadership to say is because everything you are doing in Nigeria, even though you want to protest, if you don't have a good leader there, you will be killed. If you want to protest or campaign or request for self-determination, we need a referendum. If you don't have someone who is there as a good leader, forget about what you are doing. They will sabotage it. You will keep on doing what you are doing. You will think you are moving, but you are in one place. If Buhari wasn't the president, let me say if Goodluck Jonathan was to be president, everything that happened between Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu, it wouldn't have happened. Jonathan would have responded. By the way, Jonathan, when this issue of referendum and people requesting to leave the country started, that was when Jonathan now made that conference of 2014. Let us come and talk if we really want to be together, what we need to amend. Jonathan did that. So if you don't have a good president, don't think that self-determination is going to make sense. It's not going to make sense. That is the truth. The earlier we realize this, the better for us. If we have a good president, he would have ordered the military to evacuate Delta State. If we have a good president, military will not be doing oil bunkering. If we have a good president, and all of things will not go wrong. Budget will not be paddled. If we have a good president, Akpabio will not have budgets of 2.something billion for his region or his constituency. All this rubbish we are seeing will never happen. So for so many people, even though you don't even like Nigeria again because of what is going on, for you to leave Nigeria or for us to have a referendum or for us to put Nigeria into regions, you still need a good president. So don't expect this APC administration to help you conduct a referendum. You won't see that. So it is time we begin to think and understand what we really want.
Many of us from the north are famed for cattle keeping. And when you are driving the cattle through different grazing grounds, the cattle believe that you love them so much because you protect them from the elements, because you protect them from other wild animals. But if the cattle were to know that you are the one who would end up eating them, they would treat you very differently. Invariably, they do not know, and therefore you will continue controlling them the way you do, and you will continue eating them the way you do. But it's a totally different case when you are leading human beings. They are not like cattle. You may lead them in a particular direction. You may think that you have lulled them into a false sense of security. You may think that you have deadened their minds. But always remember that one day, if you don't do that which is good and right for your fellow men, there is a day of reckoning. There is a day of reckoning, and history has demonstrated that it can come in the twinkling of an eye. History has demonstrated that kings have been toppled. History has demonstrated that presidents have been removed. History has demonstrated that great men have been cut down. History has demonstrated that men can rise when they are misled. History has demonstrated that men are indeed capable of rising up. You know, I always read these words of the American Declaration of Independence because I love them. They apply to humanity. Before America became what it is, they had enlightened men. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are born equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among those are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And it is for these reasons that governments are instituted amongst men, and that when those governments fail to perform, it is the duty of those people to rise up and to remove such governments.